Addie was just telling me how she doesn't like to race the horses on the dirty track because they have to get washed off a lot. I couldn't agree more. We're on our way to school. I will be dropping the kids off at school, and then I'll be going to the barn for the day. Reason being,
you gotta home to see Sadie.
After a while, yep. But I got a text from Tim saying the races were canceled today. Now it's a little frustrating, right? For somebody who races, you know, the other night when they canceled Northfield, the amount of rain that fell should not have precipitated the cancellation of the races, right? It just wasn't enough. There's 25 minutes of rain, and it wasn't a thunderstorm. It was just rain. And the Meadows yesterday, I forgot to talk about it. Maybe I was so angry, my brain just put it to bed immediately. I get all the way to the Meadows, got my rain gear on, getting ready to go out and qualify in the rain, and they cancel the races. Now they call it unsafe conditions. That's just a giant umbrella they put it under. The track is softer in some places than others, which is actually not good for the horses. And quite frankly, as I said the other night, very similar situation at Northfield the other night. And as I said to you guys, had they gone forward with the races, I think there was at least a good chance that I would have scratched Winter Soldier anyway. So I was frustrated, didn't get to go with the horses. I went out and trained them in the mud. I didn't want to go with them because I didn't know if I'd need my mud gear for Dayton. So Tim and Dean went out with Hanger 1 and Raging Hanover. Hanger 1 made a break. And then I went out with him and he was fine. I went a mile at like 59 or 2 minutes on that track. Had to be mile 56, 57, 58. It was a very, very strong mile. So Hanger 1 was good. The only thing I noticed about Hanger 1 was, I'd said to Andy, you know, from being out in the field all that long and going through a growth spurt, he's not skinny, but he wasn't fat. And I had said to Andy Rickard, I said, you know, Ann, maybe the best thing we should do is just stop with him. Now, that's me completely doing a 180 and walking back my statements from yesterday about the Hanger 1 situation, where I said, you know, it's fine to qualify him and race him a couple of times, get a new lifetime mark on him, and let him grow up and mature and understand what racing's all about. But now when I see him, he understands what racing's all about. He's fine in that regard. He was fine training yesterday. But I have to ask myself, it's almost October. I'd like to revisit my comments from yesterday and in turn walk them back and say, no, I think maybe what's best is, here's the thing. With Hanger 1, he does have his bad vices. He can act up going out the door sometimes. He can act up on the track sometimes. You saw it with Austin Hanners in Kentucky. I don't see that side of Hanger, and he doesn't do that stuff when I'm sitting behind him, that I've seen anyway. But it's there. It's present. It's just part of maturity. So we have going through a growth spurt. It's September the 20 whatever. You know, he's starting to grow up and mature and learn. 24th, I think, buddy. 4th. Grow up, learn, and mature. He's in a good place where Andy is, because Andy showed me videos of jogging. He's quiet as a kitten. And the odd day he'll... Just a saying. It's just a saying. And some days he'll put him on the tow gate just to get him used to the gate. Put him out in the field, give him lots of time in the field. He's in the right place. Right? For him, for that particular horse, I think he's in the right place. Andy has a place there to turn him out. And as I said to Andy yesterday, I said, regardless of what we do, we'll think about it, we'll talk about it. Regardless of what we'll do, I think that's the place he should stay. Leave him over there. My only request would be very simple. Give him as much time off as he wants, but bring him back fat. Make him happy. Happy to do his work. And I think if we can get Hanger 1 to a place where he's happy and happy to do his work, well, I think we'll be cooking with gas in 2026 with this guy, because there has never been an issue with speed. So Raging Hanover trained good. Thought his hobbles were a little long. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know if I have him shot right. You know, when the way he hits those jacks and the high shins behind, he doesn't pound them, but he does hit them. It does cause him some stress. It does cause him to make breaks or get out of gear. And the way I have him shot is the way I would shoot any horse that did that. Pair of bars on behind, 9/16 on up front. Now we haven't blunted or squared his toe up front, but just left him the way he was. But he just feels like he's working hard in the hobbles. Now, the one thing you can't do is, because I don't know the horse himself just yet. You don't want to make any knee-jerk. You don't want to make any knee-jerk reactions, right? You don't want to say, "Well, I'm going to change him like this because." There's no rush needed. Sometimes the horses just need a little acclimated to their shoeing or their equipment, right? So sometimes you just need to just take a deep breath, let the horse do his work. Honey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. Just let the horse do his work. So I obviously I'm not going to be here now. The races are canceled today, so I'm not going to be able to drive Zena Kemp. The qualifiers were canceled yesterday, so I can't drive Raging Hanover in his next qualifier.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, honey. You have a good day. Have a good day, honey. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
I saw you yesterday.
Every day we seem to be here.
Take care, guys. Okay, bud. Good luck with your test. Bye, bud. So Zena Kemp, Zena Kemp has gone from Kentucky to Pennsylvania. I trained her at Northfield. I love what I saw today. I was actually looking forward to driving with her today, mud or not. And then I'm going from Pennsylvania to Kentucky, and we're going to miss each other on the way. So I know Mike Wilder's filly was in there today. He went with her in her qualifier, so we're more apt to just put her back in next Wednesday, and Mike Wilder can drive her. Mike Wilder can drive her. What is this lady talking about? Mike Wilder can drive her next week, and if he can't, I don't think there's an issue, right? She did make a break on me the one day going to the gate, but she just didn't want to race that day. There was something bothering her that day, and then after that, Erica told me she was in heat real bad, which 1 + 1 = 2 in that regard. What I saw was a horse agitated and angry, and what I got was a horse agitated and angry. So her start last week where she made a break, I can't blame Yannick for not pulling her out of the 2-hole at the half. You know, you get the guy getting over the half in 55 seconds in a maiden trot. Of course he's going to walk. You just never think it's right there that second. And just as he was catching up to the horse in front of him, somebody else moved out of the 3-hole, and Yannick ended up running right up on top of the guy in front of him and making a break. Truth be told, they probably could have given her an interference break. Anyway, Zena will race next Wednesday. Raging Hanover will qualify next Tuesday. Maybe I'll ask Brady or somebody to come over and go with Raging Hanover. The qualifiers at the Meadows, there's not a ton of people there all the time. So I'll ask Brady ahead of time, hey, could you scoot over in the morning and go with this horse for me? What else do we have going today? Tonight we have Blue Ventura. Obviously, I thought that this day is completely screwed up. I thought I was going to the Meadows, coming back. I had to take Addie to dance or something tonight, and then Ollie somewhere. And instead, Addie's dance is or cancel low. So then, quietly to my head, I said, Cleveland Guardians are playing good right now. The ball game, where they play is 20 minutes from our house. I said, I could scoot up there. It's supposed to rain all day here, too. So the entirety of Wednesday is ruined. All that's going to happen is it'll give me a chance to sit in this car and make some phone calls, see if we can't clean up the flyer buckets, as I've been preaching to everybody. The Trotting Phillies bucket is full, as I fully expected it would be. And what I wasn't expecting was there is a lot of people on the high-end pacer, high-end trotter list that have already spoke for shares in that type of horse. The main bucket, I think there was a gentleman that was looking to buy 10 or 15% of that yesterday. So a smaller chunk of that will be moved out today. But most importantly, is those 2 flyer buckets. I still will be calling everybody. That was my goal heading to Lexington, is that we get those 2 buckets sold out. Those are the buckets that should reflect the wants and needs of almost everybody in the stable, in every budget. And I just thought that was I honestly thought that would be the easiest one to sell out. So, once again, you fooled me, but we are in very good shape heading into Lexington. I'd like to firm that up and solidify that today, and I will if I get an opportunity. It's not raining right now, and I do want to train Cherry's girl first and a couple other horses, but as the rain rolls in, I'm going to call it a day and head to the phones to reach out to many of you. Happy with the way things look for the weekend. We have 6 horses at the Meadows on Friday. I'm only going to drive 3 of them. I won't be able to drive Neptune, 3-point blue chip, or who's the other one? Neptune, 3-point blue chips in the race right after, and then the horse in the 13th I can't drive, and Neptune the last 3 drives. And quite frankly, if the races are running slow at the Meadows, I don't even think I can stay to drive Rico Tubbs. Rico Tubbs is the bubble. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Uncle Danny and Emerald Tom are slated to race at 7:30. It's a 3.5 hour drive, right? 3.5 hour drive. And Rico Tubbs is supposed to go at 3:45. So now, of course, the races are going to be held over a little longer in Dayton, but make no mistake, there is going to be traffic and stuff. So if the races are even a minute late at the Meadows, I don't know if I'll be able to stay for Rico Tubbs. So that's where I'm at for Friday. Saturday night, time is on my side. Get in the Dayton Derby Consolation. That's the 14th race. So I just put Ronnie Wren on Time is on my side. Amy and I will be tucked in Saturday night. I'll watch that race from our room in Kentucky, as we are going to have a very early start on Sunday. So that's the plan. We're still going to have our show this year. We're going to still bring you tons of videos from Kentucky. A lot of different things going on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I made my comments from year 1 that we did the show right up until this year to David Reed and the people that are associated with the Lexington Select sale. I told them all that I thought that there should be a Lexington Select sale show. It's a must. And this was the first year they actually agreed. So Curtis is going to be doing a Lexington Select sale show leading up to the sale and during the sale, which opens up lots of opportunities for us. We're going to do our show before theirs, talking about the stable and what we're going to do. But because they are going to be live during the sale, that gives us an opportunity to be live also. So every single horse we buy, some of them you're going to see us buy. Some of them you're going to see in real time right after we purchase them. And in many cases, as you walk back to the stall, I'm going to talk about the horses we purchased, what I liked about them, both pre and post sale. It should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a pretty cool sale for us. Amy dug in deep to the sale yesterday. She was texting me all day long. What about this one? Geez, I really, really like this one. We have some extensive lists in place, but a lot of input from our clients also. Every single day, I'm getting hips to look at, numbers to look at. What do you think of this horse? What do you think of that horse? It's going to be a cool sale. I will say this, and I say it at every sale. For those of you out there that are on the fence, maybe I'll come out, but I don't want to bother Anthony. It bothers me when people say that. None of our clients are ever a bother to me. I love when you guys come out. Nothing I love more than showing up to a consignment with 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 people with us. It's always cool. In Harrisburg a couple of years ago, we had like 30 people with us or 25 people with us walking around, and it's always a real cool feeling when you walk into a consignment, you have this large group of people with you. So please, take in the sale. If you've never been to the Lexington Select, there is nothing I've ever seen like it. The only thing I've ever seen like it was a sale I went to in Australia 3-4 years ago. That was very, very similar. But trust me when I tell you, there is nothing like Lexington during the Lexington Select. You have Grand Circuit racing throughout the week. We will also. And you have the sale all week long too, which is just incredible. So if you've never been, take the time. Make a point to come out and go to the Lexington Select sale. If you don't want to go with us, that's fine. If you do, let me know. We'd be happy to have you all week long. All right? Have a great day, everybody. The rain is not here yet, which means I'm going with my girl, Cherry's girl right now. Take care.